Alright, how's it going, guys? So, we had a live stream the other day, and we built this beautiful thing. So, I was thinking about moving this. This is our nitro fuel mixer, which I haven't got quite set up yet. But, I figured since it needed the glycerol from here, it would be easy enough to just pipe it across, and we put this over here. So what we have here is Dynamite. We have two mixers. There's one here and there's one on the back over there. Basically everything you see here is copied over there. And there is a inventory extender here for the string that is going to come down through that pipe and get split between the two. Now, I don't have a whole lot of string. There's a stack in there. There's probably another stack in that one. And that's about it. So I'm going to have to make a farm of flax so I can start growing string. But I have universal extenders for the power. Rotational engine on the top. Right behind here is a Invar engine, basically the same thing we have here. Invar engine, rotation, and then into the extender. There's a possible sensor on the top of each of the machines, and then acceptor and emitters going over to the rotational engine, and then a emitter on the bottom going to a redstone switch on the engine. If you want to see how this was actually built, go check out the live stream. I'll try to remember to put a card up in the corner. But with that, we have Dynamite. We have 88 sticks of regular Dynamite, and we have 40 sticks of strong Dynamite. The difference being that the blast of the regular Dynamite is only 10, where it's 40 for the strong. You can pretty much blast through anything with that. And I also made the other tools of the trade we need, which is a hand drill and a remote activator. And I am going to head over there to the redstone vein because I need cinnabar, which is the whole reason why we did this, was so I could go get that mined up. We need the cinnabar because I have down here 559 spare light waiting, not counting what's in here, waiting for mercury. So I need a lot of cinnabar. So I will see you guys in just a minute when I get over there to the vein. Alright, here we are in this beautiful weather. And I wanted to show you guys, don't forget, it's Christmas season, so all the fir trees are decorated. And now, down we go. Alright, my beautiful redstone vein. And there should be cinnabar in with it. For anybody that doesn't know, there are basically two kinds of redstone veins. There's redstone and nickelite, and then there's redstone and cinnabar. You'll always know which one it is because this is in the comatite and the other one is in slate. Alright, let me give a bit of a munch here. And let's start doing some mining. So basically what you want to do when you use this stuff is you want to, I guess there's some up here. All right, so what you want to do is do a 3x3. And you always want to take the front block off and then right click with the drill, and you want to go over 2 blocks, and then this will be the next one. So that one's not going to do fortune for me, so that's going to be not fortuned if I break it. You can silk touch these if you don't want all of the mess, but I'm just gonna like sneak that one in there because that's all cinnabar right there, which is stuff we really want. And then we'll put another one right here, and then we step back, we hit the button, and it blows it up. And that gives us all of our blocks. And this is Fortune 5. So even better than anything you can get with regular vanilla or even Greg stuff. Fortune 5 is the best you can do, except for past fusion. Past fusion, you can get something that's better, but for this, this is as good as you're really going to get. Now, this block says TNT blast resistance is 18, and our TNT or our dynamite is only blast of 10, but the ores are less, so it's only going to blast through the ore. I'm going to have to bring the strong down here if I want to do the rest of it, but what I'm thinking I may do is just use a jackhammer to clear all of the stone and then use the dynamite for the rest. But we'll see. And I wanted to go over something that I actually had never gone through and looked at. But I had talked to Greg about when we were doing GTI, which if any of you guys would like to play modern Minecraft, but still have at least some of the GT6 stuff, you might want to go try GTI. It's kind of a mix between GT5 and GT6 with a little bit of its own flavor in there, here and there. The aluminum processing, the titanium processing, that has all been moved to GT6 style processing, but with GT5 machines. Tungsten as well has been done that way. The titanium and the aluminum does not need to be in the blast furnace. You can actually do that with the base machines and no blast furnace needed because, well, it's aluminum. You don't need a blast furnace for that. And then titanium does need the blast furnace, and so will tungsten. But anyways, titanium. If we look at a regular titanium pickaxe, when it is made into a tool, the level is 3 and the mining speed is 8. If we go look at a drill tip and we go to LV, you'll see that the level is still 3, but the mining speed is 24. Now, granted, Greg has still not made it to where we can change out drill tips or give us some way of not wasting, a lithium frickin' battery that we had to put into this thing. So you really want to use a material that's really durable, so you're not just blasting through your drill really quickly and throwing it away or storing it up like I have been. I'm on my third drill currently. But you can see that the mining speed is 3 times what it is of a pickaxe of the same material. So by the time you're making titanium stuff, you really should, if you're using titanium for tools, I would be making a drill, not a pickaxe, because you can go 3 times faster. It lasts longer because it has a chance of not using durability. So it's kind of like having unbreaking on your tool. It does take power, but if you have IC2 Experimental, if you're playing this pack, there are chargers that work, backpacks work, things like that. You can also just bring a battery box and hook it up to a battery box and charge it that way. You do have to have the proper tier. So if you're using the chargers, which is what I use, wait a minute, where are they? I thought they were called chargers. I don't see the things. These things. Charging. That's why. So you have a charging RE battery, that's LV. You have an advanced charging one, that's MV. And then you have the next tier up, which is the charging energy crystal. Not sure why that's not. Oh, because it's not a battery. That's why. So you have the energy crystal one, and then you have the Lapotron crystal one, and that's the last one. So that gives you LV, MV, HV, and EV. The most you're ever going to need is this one, because you're only going to get up to HV for tools. And this holds 4 million EU. If you make your drill with a lithium battery, it's going to hold 8 million on its own. So you'll have 12 million on your drill if you use that battery. Now, back to the drills. If we go back to the drill tip, if you go to an MV drill, you can see that the level goes up to 4. So you go +1 level going to MV, and the mining speed doubles of what it was with the LV drill. So from 24 to 48. Now, one thing to keep in mind, this is now overclocked. So it's going to be twice the speed, as I said, but it is going to take you 4 times the power. So if power is your point that you're worried about, you want to stick with LV. If you just want to do it quick, then you'll want an MV. And MV is pretty daggone quick. And then you have HV, which is another 48 to 72. Again, overclocked and same level. So you're still at level 4. And then, beyond that, you have a jackhammer. Now, this is what I didn't actually know. I knew most of what I had already told you, and I'm going to go and look this information up where I posted it the other day just to make sure I don't say it incorrectly. Scroll past all the things. Where in the world did I post that to him at? Thought I posted it in there. Alright, one sec. I'll go find where Greg said it. It's just easier. Well, I thought it was easier. Man, they talk a lot in here. I'm gonna break my damn scroll wheel. Okay. So here's what I was looking for. The ratio is 1, 4, 16, 8. So LV being 1, 4 being MV, 16 being HV, and then 8 being the jackhammer. And that is the amount of power overclocking. So with a drill, you mine at 72 speed for titanium, but it's costing you 16 times the base amount of electricity to do it at that speed. But if you look at a jackhammer that is titanium, its mining speed is 96. So it's even twice that of the drill, but it's half of the energy that it takes to do so. So jackhammers are really nice when it comes to clearing stone. If you just want to, even if you're doing it manual, or if you're doing manual mining, I always use a jackhammer because it's nice to just be able to go through, clear all the stone out, get it out of your way, and then come back with a fortune drill and pick up all the ores. But you can also make a silk touch drill, silk touch your ores, and then do the dynamite thing and get 5 times. That's another option you can do. Now that I have dynamite, I will just be mining with dynamite. It's much more fun. And when I have tons of dynamite, I literally just do this. I don't even bother with drilling the hole in the wall. I'll just go through and do this. I'll lose 1 block, but then I don't have to worry about, oh, this one here's on an ore. I have to either fortune 3 it or fortune 2 it with my drill. I can just do all of them and it doesn't matter. Just bloop, bloop, done. And if you ever mess up, just smack it, take it out. Now, this activator is a little expensive. It does take chromium. You are going to need tier, I think it's 4 or better circuits, an ender pearl, aluminum wires, aluminum cables. It's a little expensive. You can also set this off with a lighter, a match. Let me show you here. I'll just take this one and stick it right there. Well, let's actually at least get it in the thing. There we go. And then we can just go bloop. Takes a little longer, but you'll see it goes off that way too. And you can also use redstone. So if you wanted to just bury them and use a lever, I've actually done that before. It's kind of fun. So just like cut that out, stick that in there, and I probably don't have a stick on me. No. But then just stick that right there, stick a lever on it, hit the lever. You don't even have to cover it. You can just literally put the lever right there where I just placed that torch. It'll activate it. You can put them together, like run redstone across a whole bunch of them. You can do that as well if you wanted to, and then set them all off with redstone signal. That works as well. But the activator is so much more fun. And by using the drill, it sets it to the activator for you, so you don't have to. Man, is that so much better than it was back in the day. Back when these first came out, we had to literally go around and click each one of the dynamites with the activator to set it. And it took so much longer to do. It is so nice that we have a hand drill. Oh, and it does have to be the electric hand drill. Don't try this with the wooden hand drill. But yeah, it's much nicer than it was back when these originally came out. But that is going to be it for today. I am going to work on how we're going to get rid of sulfuric acid. I talked to XAR earlier because he was telling me a while back how he did it different than I did for getting hydrogen. He uses lithium. So if you put lithium in a mixer with water, you get lithium hydroxide, and you get 1,000 liters of hydrogen. Then if you take your lithium hydroxide and you put in a electrolyzer, you can electrolyze it back to lithium, oxygen, and hydrogen. Water is free, and this gives you hydrogen twice. So you can get a lot of hydrogen out of your water, and it's literally quicker. So if we look at the mixer, it's 1 lithium, 3 water. You get 3 lithium hydroxide, and 1 thing of hydrogen, and that takes 64 ticks to do. Then you take this in the electrolyzer, and it's the 3 you just did, and it's 876 ticks to get it back to oxygen and hydrogen again. Now, you could put it into a mixer with chlorine and get the lithium chloride. If you guys remember, we already have this set up for making the lithium chloride. Wait a minute. No, we have it to make the molten lithium chloride so we can make lithium perchlorate. So you could throw it back in and just let it run back through this stuff if you wanted to. But if you look at the water, if we electrolyze that, where in the heck is the electrolyzer? There it is. It's 19 ticks for 15 liters. So 19 ticks to give you 10. So it's going to be 100 times longer, because we're getting an entire bucket of hydrogen, 1,000 liters. So it's going to be, a whole lot longer just electrolyzing water. Using the lithium helps get it faster. But you're still just using water to give you your hydrogen. So that might be what I end up doing. Because if you haven't seen the stream, I guess I'll explain this. Sulfuric dioxide is what we're getting out of making our glycerol. We're getting sulfur dioxide out. It takes 420 liters of sulfuric acid, but it also takes 300 liters of nitric acid, which is also using sulfuric acid. So it should be that we're getting less sulfur dioxide out. I haven't actually done this math. If somebody would like to do it and leave it in the comments, please do. But we're getting 120 liters out, but I already have so much sulfuric acid that I'm stuck. And what I'm actually going to do first is I'm going to go mine some hematite, because hematite uses up my sulfur dioxide as well in that process we set up a while back. So I'm going to get some of it, run it through, and that should use up some of it. But we can use the sulfur dioxide find the recipe here. Nope, that's the wrong one. There it is. So sulfur dioxide and hydrosulfuric acid will give us water and sulfur. So this is a way to actually clean the sulfur out of the sulfur dioxide. But we need this, which is sulfur and hydrogen gas. But we get 3,000 of it from 1 sulfur and 2 hydrogen. And if we look at this, it only takes 2 to give us 1. So it's going to net us extra sulfur out of this. And it's going to give us something that we can actually throw into our matter fabricator and give us 16 and 16. Plus, sulfur can be used for torches and lots of other things. So that's like the only way to get it down to the base sulfur is by running that. If I can find it, I did do a setup with this with water on the server a long time ago, and it worked. It's just slow. So I'm gonna look at different options, see what I can figure out. I'm always needing iron, so if I can find a hematite vein, if I remember correctly, I have a redstone vein that has iron in it. The nickelite vein, I do believe, has iron in it. I also have some pyrite, if I do believe so, that I still need to run. It's probably downstairs. That's going to give me hematite. But I will see what I can do to find some of that. I'm hopefully going to have a mining and music stream. This is that setup I was talking about that uses my sulfur dioxide. But I will do a mining and music stream hopefully in the next few days and get some more hematite to run through there. May even just go play around in the twilight and see if I can go through some hollow hills and get some iron from in there. I'm not sure yet. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this rambly bit about Dynamite, and I will see you guys next time.